apparently October Christmas Fest. So
Right.
I'm looking at you, Frothgar, for that. So okay.
That is that only because there's not a mirror around?
Uh, well, so touche. I think that I'm a staunch believer that if you never ask for something, you never know if you could have had it.
But if you're on
But
the other side and they ask for it, you have to bitch about it.
yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
just
Yeah,
just
I
making
mean,
sure.
I I feel that. Well, listen. Here's the thing. I gave you a list for the pirate game that I think some of which was outlandish, and some of which was like super like. Yeah, I could see that happening. Chris gave me a list that was nothing but outlandish. Just saying. Like he's like, here's a list
You,
of legendary items that I want at level 5.
yeah,
Why
you'll
would you
never
not
get
give
them
them
if
to
you
me?
don't ask.
You know what? It's a good point. But to think that you're
Exactly.
going to get them at level 5 as opposed to
And
what,
they're
a
not
level
all
12
legendary.
character?
There's just a few things.
I would say 75 to 80% of them were legendary items. Just
Whoa,
saying.
whoa,
Holding
whoa!
is
I
not
can
legendary.
only attune to 3 things, so I'm only looking for 3 of the 8 that
I
I
just
asked
want 3
for.
of the
You
things.
can
That's all.
choose. You can choose the 3 legendaries you give me. It's fine.
Kevin, I feel like if that's how you're approaching this, that's exactly how you should approach what Hal said. You can choose what you let me have. That's all I'm saying. So, anyways, um, Dolan came back and was like, "I'm gonna rob the party." She was like, I'm gonna tell them that you said that," and I was like, "They won't believe it." And then
I
she was like,
have the text messages to prove he told me to rob you guys.
Technically, I said you could always steal. She said, "Yeah, steal from the party." I
He
said,
said,
they'll never
from
believe
the
it," and then I
party.
said, "They will only believe you. They won't believe me." So yes. Um, but
Well,
the
I already have my staff of the woodlands, so there's nothing I could possibly need anyway. I already
well,
have my magnificent weapon.
I mean, if anybody wants to tell her about the staff of animal control, well, specifically bee swarm control that's in Goodmead, I mean, you could do that. But um, so you guys last week you had a random encounter. You met some of like the barrel dwarves that they have an area that's right here that usually they're focused. Is that everybody's on the Icewind Dale map? I think. Yes.
Not yet. I'm still trying to sign in.
Okay.
Don't
So
worry about it. I'll catch up.
yeah. Okay. So no problem. So basically, between Tourmaline and Caer Dineval, there's like this valley that's called literally the Dwarven Valley that like the Battlehammer dwarves and a number of other tribes that support Battlehammer live, and the dwarves that you met over here that were going to their fishing hole were from there, but they recognized some of you for who you were, like the heroes that you are. You guys had your exchange about it, and then you set off, and without further ado, you guys make it back to East Haven. So East Haven is one of the larger towns that is in 10 towns. So if that was where you wanted to like, you know, try to pick up gear or do whatever, you could do that. But you know that if you were to follow along the eastern way or the east way, which is this roadway that leads from East Haven to Bryn is the central hub where you have the best opportunity um, to acquire anything that you're looking for. You also have a contact point at the oh my god, the temple of the Morning Lord that's there, because they kind of like Loki before he set off to sort of run a one man shop with Zahir as his muscle up in Lonelywood. Sort of arranged for them to work on creating goods for you because of the deal that was struck to give him a totally bogus item, but that's how it is. And then from Bryn, you know that it's the old tradeway that led down to the Sword Coast from Icewind Dale, which is this road that's right here. And although it's been snowed over here, you've reason to believe from like your knowledge of the area, from the fact that you guys have all been here, that the road itself is still fairly well paved, and that it's not until you get into the forests that are right here that you could strike off to head towards either either where that smoke was rising from, that the bad dreams seem to be sourcing from for Novakri, or towards Sunblight itself, which is where the Dwergar were. And that's at the end of last week. That's what you guys had kind of talked about. And one of the reasons that you guys had talked about that being the best way was that if you had gone, directly here or here from like where you had been dealing with the bear tribe, it would have been a lot more potential wilderness encounters, whereas along the roads, it's a lot the potential for having to have an encounter is a lot less. So that's what we kind of left off with last week. I said, let me know what your thoughts are. Chris, I have taken into consideration what you've said, and I like that because it shapes some of the stuff that I want to try to make come across your way. And I will have you give me a check at some point depending upon where you guys go. Kevin, what you just sent me tonight, I think is totally doable. Looking it up, there's about a 2 to 4 gold piece cost for what you want to do, depending. And then I have a specific result that comes from it, depending on where you go. You know that you're going to get a discount if you go to the Black Iron Blades that's in Bryn Shander because of the sort of rapport that you have with them. Harvest, you said there wasn't anything you really wanted to do. You are probably the go-to person to go talk to the priest in the Morning Lord's Temple. So maybe that's something you could do if you guys do go to Bryn Shander. And then lastly is Mike with Novakri. And I don't know, is there stuff that you want to try to achieve? One of the things that we've done in the past is while you're there, there's the chance to maybe research new spells or learn new things based on some die rolls, because Bryn Shander's kind of like the hub of everything you're going to have access to. So if you guys are going there and going to spend like a day or overnight, or like push yourselves to get there and then overnight and then push out from there, maybe there's a chance that you could try to like discover something you're looking for. So if there's something that you're particularly looking for, whether it's learning a new spell, finding a scroll, or something like that, those are things that we can try to do too.
I can't. I mean, bards don't really learn spells like that. So, but learning new skills is always nice. I'm a lore bard after all.
Well, so I'm not going to count this as downtime, but a bard can use a scroll, correct? So maybe you want to try to find a scroll or scribe a scroll or find somebody who will scribe a scroll for you, kind of thing.
Okay, but to be honest, I have no clue off the top of my head what it would be.
Okay, well, so that's fine. And like, I'm not going to push it on you. I'm just saying that like when there are moments like this, there's that. There are a couple moments in this entire adventure where I want to give you guys downtime. Unfortunately, right now, there's still this like ticking clock. You've got the Dwergar, you've got this smoking ruin that was causing you like quite literally mentally painful nightmares. Aural's doing what Aural's going to do, and then you've got a number of other weird things that are going on, from explosions in Caer Konig to what was it? The some of you were witness to the remains of like the burnt embers of a I can't think of the group right now. To like the wizards from the south, why can't I think of it? Somebody help me. What was the dude that got burnt? He was from somebody made a knowledge check and I told you all about it. Shit. I gotta go back to the book and look at it because I can't remember. It's like a big in Faerun.
The wizard.
It's a big
guy.
Yeah, it's
right?
like a wizard's conclave.
He was the guy
the Arcane Brotherhood. That's what it is. I knew it would come to me. I just didn't have it with me. And then I have one more question, and because TJ's not playing with us, I will leave this up, but I think I've asked this before. You guys, when you were in Caer Konig, it was either Caer Konig or Caer Denival, you were awarded... No, I'm sorry, it was in East Haven. After you took care of the hag that was in the tunnels, you were awarded a journal that you couldn't read that appeared to have like one of these Arcane Brotherhood symbols on it. Did he take that with him, or do you guys have that with you? And that's a question that we don't have to answer in the moment right now. If anybody wants to reach out to TJ and ask him about that, or like make an argument for it, feel free. But there's a reason I asked that question, because clearly it was not just a book with like a symbol on it.
Right. I'm leaning more towards that he would have taken it just being the wizard.
True. I just think that like that may have been the case, but I don't think it was ever fully established that that happened or not, and I don't know who was carrying it. So as a DM who's willing to give, because maybe TJ is going to come back at some point, maybe he's not. There are some items that have some real potential worth to them, depending upon who sees them, who deals with them. That I would prefer to give you guys the opportunity to be like, oh no, I had it in my backpack, but talk amongst yourselves about it. It's not going to affect like the moment right now, but it's something to consider. Or maybe like reach out to TJ and be like, did you do this? Do you want to like ever talk to us about it, etc. So that's it. But with that being said, I'm gonna kind of like fast forward a little bit right now. So you guys make it to East Haven. I'm going to assume that you probably want, unless there was something specifically in East Haven that you wanted to see or do or talk to, that you push yourselves and you get to Bryn Shander. Is that probably what the move was?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right. So you guys get to Bryn Shander. It's late, right? And you get to the I think it's the Overlook is the inn that you guys started in Bryn Shander. And so like the guy that's there, his name is like Scrimsax. He like sees you guys and immediately like is like, your rooms are ready, like don't even worry about it. Like the heroes of the of 10 towns are here. People clear out if they were already there, and you guys have your rooms, and it's a familiar setting. Maybe for Harvest it's a little dissettling in the sense that like you're not used to people just getting out of your way, like you more used to like disappearing into the crowd, or like into the sort of like mist and the forest. But in this setting, like in this urban setting, which is offsetting to begin with, you're immediately like given space. But the people that you're traveling with, the people that you're sort of earning respect through and with, carry like a heavy sort of mantle with them, and you as a partner of this are quickly assuming that sort of title and that mantle, as it were. So you guys have a place to sleep, you have a room, you have whatever. It's a little late to try to get anything done if you're going to try to manage like to go talk to like the Black Iron Blades or whatever. So for this particular day, unless somebody wants to do something with Scrimsax, who does have some sort of like nefarious trade connections and whatnot, you guys can crash and then wake up the next morning. We can handle whatever business you want to take care of.
To play off what you were saying about Harvest, she is highly uncomfortable in this situation, actually. She doesn't feel that any of this clout or attention or reverence that this group is getting has anything to do with her. And she feels kind of like a tag along in the situation. And towns for her have always just taken up unnecessary time. Like it's always quicker for her just to stay in the woodlands and keep going on to our final destination. So I think she's going to do exactly that. She's gonna go directly up to whatever room is hers and hunker down for the night.
And the rooms that you guys have secured for you have just that, like a door you can close. I mean, the Overlook doesn't have multiple rooms, so it's going to be shared. So you're probably going to share a room with one of these people you've been traveling with.
Totally fine. I'm just going to be there already.
I imagine Rothgar, because Rothgar just likes to sit in the hallway and stab things whenever they come up. Like he doesn't even use the room. He's just like 15 feet. Oh, I'm sorry. You were just giving us warm towels, whatever. But but you definitely have like kind of in a way, as it were, right? Like so you can go up the stairs and kind of disappear into there and enjoy some solitude on your own. There's a window that you can see like the outside in that kind of looks over the tops of the city, the wall.
I open the window.
I'm just hang on before like I just want to bring this back so you guys can see it. Where's Bryn Shander? Bryn Shander's right here. So yeah, so Dolan, you may have never seen this actually. So you guys are currently here. It's the north look, not the outlook. I'm sorry, right here. I got to do this right at the top of the map. I'll shift click. You guys can see you're at the top of the map right there. And when you look out, you see like the night sky, but like the most dominant thing you see is like this, huge wall that surrounds. And maybe for you, that's even more kind of like isolating, like rather than feeling the safety of like the confines of like a blockade against like anything that's coming from the outside, you see that as like a jail cell, right? Like you see that as just sort of like and so maybe I got to make you make a check. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to make you make a check about it, but what I
Anxiety check.
yeah, that's what I do. I build it up and then take it away.
Roll for anxiety. You
but
need some love.
but you definitely, I think that maybe after some of the shit that you've done with the group and that you've dealt with so far, maybe you don't appreciate the wall for what it is, right? Like you don't see it as security, but you feel like at least it's something that acts as a blockade, like as if you were to as if you were to try, like set up a camp behind a stand of trees. You know that it would be something that whatever was coming at you would have to batter against. So you do feel like a little bit of safety behind that as you kind of drift off.
I'm on the second story of this building.
Yeah, so it's a 2-story inn. So you're on the second story, but the wall is higher than that.
Right. I think because really I want to see the night sky. I want to be in the environment. Can I kind of easily kind of hop out of that window and lie on top of the roof and just look up at the stars?
So I'll tell you what. So the window opens like easy enough. Like it's one of those old like heavy lead paned like diamond like diamond shaped paned glasses, and there's like a heavy metal I don't know what you want to call it, like a latch that you turn it and like the window like sweeps open and it kind of like knocks the snow from the edge of the window down on the ground below, and you could try to scramble up to the roof. The roof is like a thatch and slate combo. Like it looks kind of like roofs in Maine where people are like, yeah, there's a hole in the roof, so I'll put some stuff on that. And then there's another hole, and they're like, I'll put some stuff on that too. And some people say that's like Yankee ingenuity, and I look at that and go, that's a shit show. But I mean, hey, call it what you will. But you could probably scramble up there with a pretty easy athletics check if you want.
Yes, I do want to. I would like to hang out on the roof for a while until I hear somebody in my room.
So I'll tell you what, give me an athletics check first. Roll a 1. I don't want you to fall off just because I'm an asshole. Come on.
Athletics, okay.
So it was a DC 5. It was a DC 5 to get the top. That's why I was like roll a 1. But like it's easy enough. Like it's big chunky blocks. You can get to the roof easy enough. You kind of get to the top, and where some of the thatch is starts to pull off a little bit. But as you get up there, give me a wisdom check as well.
Cool. A little better.
Much better. You realize that like leaving a window open for a warm room is a great way to make everybody else think you're an asshole, and that you could probably easily like with like one of your feet as you're climbing up, just maybe not kick the window shut, but close it enough that it's just drafty and not you being a dick kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for allowing me that wisdom.
Yeah, I try.
So can I go in the room looking to help her out, see that she's not in there, and realize somebody left the window open, close it and lock it?
Lock it.
So I was going to let her finish, and then I was going to say who's crashing with her, and then we deal with that. But sure, if you want to just jump into that, that's fine.
Volunteer.
Hey, girls stick together.
by locking each other out on a frosty cold night. Yeah, whatever you want. But so sure enough, you go up to the top and
my bathroom buddy.
It's my bathroom buddy. Oh, my hand. Part about it's scary.
Actually, Rothgar is the only dude in the party.
Yep.
I know. I guess I should have picked Ziada as my bathroom buddy.
You know what's really funny about that? I totally blanked on that. I was like, yeah, of course, if you're going there, Ziada and Rothgar together. And I went, yeah, but Rothgar is already like Rothgar already seems very sort of like non-sexual. He's just like, I want armor. Get
Yeah.
away from me. So
It's a hard on for armor.
that's it. That's it. So
Maybe by 2 seconds.
unless he meets like an actual automaton, which is what Chris
Right.
played when he started and he died,
Exactly.
he's got no interest in anyone.
Just the whole like mentality carried over.
It's just a different body. That's all.
Right.
It's a transference.
Just
So
downloaded into flesh this time.
all right. So Dolan's
But
on
you
the
didn't
roof.
have to kill him.
Honestly, I give you guys challenges, and then when you're too weak to survive, that's the only thing I can do. It's just what happens. But Dolan's on the roof. Do the rest of you want to do anything in the Northlook? Like as far as talking to Scramsacks, trying to do anything else, or is everybody just like, it's been a very long day, we pushed for another couple hours, we made it here, we're all crashing out.
That's my MO.
All right, so
Yeah,
you go
kind
up.
of the usual drinking and stuff, but then clear out.
Okay. Is there, if anybody who's going to stick around downstairs and have a beverage or two, are there any rumors that you want to try to flush out? Because you guys have heard a lot of rumors about a lot of stuff. Is there anything you want more information about that maybe you could get a little more information about by doing that?
I don't think there's anything that I'm really super worried about that I can't.
I can't even think right now. I'm so tired. And
Is
I mean
that
that
it?
person,
Wait,
not
is
the character.
I was going to say, is that Rothgar or Chris or both?
Yes.
So okay, no problem. So
You're not mutually exclusive.
They were recruiting. They were recruiting people for an army. That's still happening, still going on. I know I'm on the roof, but I'm thinking about this.
I have no telepathic abilities, but I'm thinking about this.
Oh,
So,
but I know
you
someone who
guys,
does.
so if that may be something that if nobody's thought of, that maybe you can look into like tomorrow. But in the moment, for anybody that's downstairs, was there anything you want to look into, or if that's something you want to do? I mean, we can deal with it. I like it. I'm not going to say like she's on the roof, so you can't talk. It's just like if nobody was thinking of that before the moment, maybe that's like an afterthought to think about for tomorrow. Okay. It sounds like everybody has their beverages or goes to sleep and sleeps. And it is a full night's rest. Harvest, if you want to come down, I'm going to say that Novakri did not fully lock the window because she just pushed it shut. She was so tired. So you're easily able to kind of like kick the window open and come in and close the window behind you if you need to, as opposed to like dying of, frost. Everybody has a good night's sleep, and Novakri, for the first time in a very long time, you don't have any weird dreams. It seems like that last sort of shattering, screeching dream that you had before the sort of explosion that was heard many miles away and the smoke started to rise up has ended that scenario.
Should I feel concerned that it's not happening anymore?
Sounds like problem solved.
So I think that what I will say to you for that is something I said I think it was relatively at the start of this campaign, and that is everything in this game has a counter on it, and there are some things you will experience and some things that you will not experience based upon how long it takes you to get to where they are.
So the counter went off. We lost that encounter.
I don't know. What I know is you're not having nightmares, and there's still, when you went to bed, a plume of smoke rising out from the distance to where you are now, basically south of where you are now. So I'm going to leave it on Bryn Shander just in case people want to point out where they're going tomorrow, but then we'll go back to the map. So you guys have a good night's sleep, no bad dreams. You wake in the morning. When you wake in the morning, when you come downstairs from your room, Scrimsax nods and makes sure that there's some breakfast ready for you guys as sort of like, an honorary payment for the heroes of 10 Towns sleeping at the Northlook because it's good for business. What do you guys want to do?
Did Navakari actually bunk with me?
Well, I think there were 2 beds in the room and a fireplace. So, I mean, if you guys wanted to cuddle, you could, or
No,
you
I'm
could have
saying
just.
like, Navakari was in the same room as me last night.
I think that's
Yeah.
what she had said. So, yeah.
Okay. And do I? Because I think I've been noticing when she's been having nightmares, and doesn't she wake up bloody sometimes?
She wakes up looking beat up. Yeah.
So I probably can I do a insight or a perception to determine that she didn't have a nightmare, or are you just going to give me that?
You know, I'm not going to make you roll about it. I think you just notice that she wakes up and looks like really refreshed and
Right.
ready, and doesn't look like somebody punched her in the nose or like a bloody ear or something like that. So, yeah.
And I'm going to say like, like how you slept well. It seems you slept well. Do you think it maybe has anything to do with that explosion in the area that we might be going to because of your dreams?
Possible, but we'll need to see what we see when we get there.
Maybe like something was there and it was projecting something or had some sort of attachment to you, and it's been destroyed in the explosion. So maybe it's actually really solved the problem, or maybe
I've
Yeah.
never had that kind of dream before. I typically don't dream, so this is new for me.
Okay. And how long have you been having the dreams?
What, Tom? The last week or so?
Yeah, I would say maybe a week and a half is probably a good call for this. Yeah.
Week and a half.
So are we? Are you ready to move fast to get to where we gotta go to see what this is about, or are you more hesitant about going there?
I'm eager to get there to see what's going on.
Okay. Cool,
No.
cool.
Are you?
All
Okay.
right, buddy.
I'll be
Let's
right
get some grub.
there.
All right, so you guys go downstairs, and very simple kind of inn that many of you are familiar with. Dolan, the layout basically is there's a big room that kind of dog legs around, and there's like a lounge on the other side of a fireplace that you can see through on either side. And patrons kind of like move to and fro. At the backside of the area, there is your standard sort of wooden top bar with some taps and some kegs and some bottles, and a doorway that leads to a back kitchen. And Scramsax, who's the owner of this place, who's kind of a shady dude. Like, you don't even need to check; you can just tell. Like, just shady dude. It just sort of nods when you all come downstairs, and like food kind of comes out from the kitchen, and he sends it over your way. So you guys have it. And I mean, it's nothing amazing. It's just sort of a porridge, and maybe there's some coffee involved, but that's about what comes out for you.
Cool.
What do you guys want to do this morning?
If everybody's getting on the road to take off, then I'm fine doing that. If other people have things to do and I'm told like we'll be leaving by such and such a time, then I will go to that priest and have a chat with him. But so that's where I'm at.
All right. So I think Ziada has something that she wants to do. I think that I'm going to have Rothgar go with Ziada, because the two of you can maybe find some answers for stuff you're looking for at the Black Iron Blades. And then Novakri, I know you said you really didn't have anything to do, but is there anything that you want to try to do in town?
I guess I'll go shopping to see what is available. Scrolls, potions, whatnot.
You got all
Okay.
the group
Yeah,
money, so get all that shit we need.
Okay, so let's
Hey,
let's do this.
Those
We'll-
potions of healing came in really handy.
all right, so let's
that was going to be my goal, to go to the Black Iron Blades and talk about, have the conversation. They said to come back the next time we were in town because they was going to consider the armor request, and then I was going to try to stock up on potions.
All right, so let's do this. First thing we're going to do is we'll go kind of like counterclockwise of that list. So Harvest, you head over to the House of the Morning Lord. Novakri, are you going with her, or are you going to try to shop in a different location?
I want to shop at a different location.
All right, so you go over and you meet. I think his name was Mazar Meyer. I can't remember his name. I can look it up, but basically, you meet with the priest, and this little gnome comes out too, who asked you to check into like his buddy, who disappeared into like the sort of like northeast to develop an item that could end the everlasting rime, like end the everlasting winter. And he's like, "Have you had a chance to look into Connington?" Or I think his name's Connington or something like. So we're gonna go with it. Like, "Have you had a chance to look into my friend? What are you doing?" This is to you, Harvest.
I don't remember any of this. This is the priest Visham who's in the temple of the god of the sun.
Yes, so Misham's there, and then additionally there was a halfling that was in there that when you came in and grabbed your stuff and things last time was like, "Oh, I have a buddy who just I worked, he's like my partner. He was like my, like we were inventors together, and he just had this brilliant idea and he set off and I'm very concerned about him." And he basically talks about this sort of cabin off in the middle of nowhere that he went to develop this concept that he was working on. He's like, "Have you had a chance to look in on him?"
Okay. I don't think we had this conversation because I do not have it written in my notes.
And
But
he just spits at you and it's like, just like
no,
every
wait.
one of those humans. And he just
I'm
walks away.
I'm pretty sure that was a conversation that was had with us because I remember that.
Right. Okay. But anyway, so I'm gonna go with it.
Wait,
And
wait, wait. Or maybe this halfling is a little delusional and thinks he talked to you about it.
oh, okay. Cool. So I'm not gonna tell the halfling that. I was telling Thomas that. Um
Thomas the halfling? That's his name. It's
Thomas the
Thomas
halfling.
the halfling.
And I'm going to get more information about that. I want to know. He said he took off out somewhere. Like, give me a direction.
Hold
Um,
on. I'm just going to pull this back up just so you know. So right here where it says the black cabin, actually let me do it this. That's where he said he headed. And so Bryn Shander, where you guys are right now, is right here. And if you follow this road up,
uh,
like you could follow up to basically that area up there.
I see. Okay, so it's in the exact opposite direction of where we need to go.
Correct. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to get all that information. I'm going to be really interested, and I tell him that I will go out and try to find his friend, but I'm going to do it obviously at some other point in time.
All right. So in that case, I need you to roll me a D100 and tell me what you get.
Okie dokie. Do I add anything to that?
Nope, just a straight D100. Or if you don't have a D100, it would be 2D10s. But all right, so 21. The priest looks at you and says, I'm sorry, we've had a lot of injuries and I've been trying to stay on top of things, but I have to give you something." And he kind of like flounders around and he comes back and he has one potion that he hands to you, and he says, I'm sorry, but this is the best that I can do for right now. Please come back. Like, give me a few days, maybe a week, and I'll see what else I can get for you. And it is one potion of greater healing.
Cool. Yeah, and I also relay to him how his previous gifts, came in handy, and I tell him how they were used and how because of his gift, the group survived.
And he just smiles this really like beatific. I can never say that word right, but basically like a saintly smile, and there's like this sort of glow about him, and he kind of goes, "The Morning Lord works through me, but your actions radiate his light out into the cold. Please tell me more of your adventures so I can share them with my flock. Also, it makes me look really cool to them. So awesome."
Yeah, so I tell him all about it.
And he's like, "Yes. Hey, halfling, write this down. And the halfling just scuttles away and he's like, where's my buddy? And runs away. And then, so that's that. So, okay. We're going to
Okay.
go over to Novakri. Novakri, you are looking specifically for healing potions, correct?
Yeah, or spell scrolls.
Or spell scrolls. All right. So do me a favor and roll what I'm calling a luck roll. Roll a D100. Or 2d10, whatever you can do. 17. Unfortunately, that's the low end of this. So what I would like you to do is roll 2d4 and tell me, and like roll it in there and we'll see what we get. Is there any way to see what the two numbers are? Do you know what the two numbers are?
1 and 4.
Okay, so in a shockingly good turn of events, you're able to find 1 scroll of lesser healing and 4 scrolls of moderate healing. And because of your popularity, you can have a 20% discount on all of them. So if it's 50 gold for the lesser healing, because that's a standard healing potion, that would be what, 30 gold. And if it's, I think my math is wrong with that, but we'll roll with it. So 30 gold for that. And then I don't know what a moderate healing is off the top of my head, but minus 25% off of it. And you have found 4. And if you have the money to buy them, you can procure them.
Okie doke. 1 sec. Let me check D&D Beyond.
All right, as you're looking that up, I'm going to cut over to, because you can do the math on that and let me know what you can afford and grab, but that's what you have found. I'm going to cut over to Ziada and Hrothgar, who make their way to the Black Iron Blades. As you go in, Garn is there. Garn sees you guys and is immediately like, hey, oh my God, how are you guys doing? And Ziada, if you ask him to affix a spike or two to your shield, he will gladly do it. It will take him approximately 2 hours. It will cost you at a discount 1 gold because it literally costs like 4 gold, but he's giving you a great discount at that. So it will cost 1 gold. And you will have a spike on your shield that will do 1d6 plus strength damage when you use your shield bash with it. However, as we have discussed before, the Black Iron Blades have a little bit of a problem with their forging, and if you were to roll 2 natural ones, the spike will break off, and so I will hold you to keeping track of that. But it doesn't mean it couldn't be reaffixed after that. It just means that that's when it would break off, and that's what would occur. Okay.
Tom, I'm not coming up with any of the scrolls of healing.
Oh, I'm sorry. These weren't scrolls. These were vials.
Okay, so potions.
Yeah, sorry, potion. Potion of moderate healing, 5e.
They're potions. It's something like greater, superior, and supreme.
Yeah, potion of healing. Potion. Yeah, I should have looked at this cost. Potion of moderate healing, 5e cost. 50 gold. So we'll call them 100 gold each. The moderates we'll call 100 gold each. And so 20% off of that makes them 80.
75, you said 25% off.
I said 20% off.
Okay.
So figure out what you can grab with that. You were lucky you found more moderates than you did anything else. And then, so Ziada, that was your, if you want to do it, that is the cost and the time frame to get a spike on your shield. And then Hrothgar, I would like, so you have a conversation with Garn, and Garn says, we've talked about this before, and I think I found some staff that would be willing to use the material you say you have to craft you the armor that you want. But magic is a tricky thing, and it may not have the perfect effect that you want, but it will have some effect if you're willing to do this. The only thing I ask is that should you let me do this, or let me and my staff do this, I will charge you I will charge you 600 gold, and I will write Black Iron Blades insignias on it so that's advertising for me, if you're willing to let me do this.
Black Iron Blades insignia look like?
It literally looks like two black cross swords.
Okay.
Was that an okay or was that a no? I'm sorry, it broke up.
Okay.
Okay. So he says, where do I find the material to do this?
That's at the inn. Our home base.
So are you going to bring that to me or do I have to send somebody to go get it?
If you could send somebody, that would be awesome.
All right, 700 gold.
650.
He looks at you and he goes, give me a diplomacy check. Is it diplomacy in 5e? I can never remember. I'm sorry.
No, I don't have diplomacy.
Is it what is it? Persuasion check. Sorry. I know this has to be one of your greatest skills.
Yeah, I don't have a bonus for that.
Roll it. You could always roll high. Oh, so close. He goes 700.
675.
He goes, I could always not do this for you, but 700 gold and I will make this armor for you and it will have something awesome about it besides my mark.
Okay.
He goes, okay, so I'm making you leather armor. Got it. And he starts writing. He goes, and then he looks at you and he goes, no, I'm just kidding. Full plate. Got it. Okay. I'll need about a week or so, but I will get this done.
Okay.
And then his sister, who I don't have it in front of me, and her name was like, Larm or something like that, because all dwarves have rhyming names, because that's just dwarves. She ran the sort of apothecary / like magic shop. And so if you're looking for something specific over there, I would like you to give me a luck roll. Actually, give me 2 luck rolls.
Was it a D100?
Yep, 2 D100s. Roll those and call out which one you want first. Surprise or healing?
Healing.
All right, roll that dice. 16. She currently has one potion of one like healing potion, and you guys have, I think it's a 20% discount there, so it is we'll call it 30 gold if you want it, but there is one just standard healing potion there if you want it, if you can afford it.
Yep.
Okay.
So what's the other? What's the other?
And then roll one more D100.
18.
Unfortunately, all of the things that you have asked for, she doesn't have any of those things there. If you had rolled a little higher, she might have, but unfortunately, she just doesn't have a good crop of items.
That's fine.
All right, so Kevin, I assume you have like the goal to spend to get that thing on your shield. I assume that you're doing that. Yes? Excuse me. Also, you're muted if you're saying things.
Kevin did type in the chat, said be right back, getting sun.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He said he had to run out and grab his son. So I'm going to assume that Kevin did that. We can just sort of like update him that as he comes back. It is first thing in the morning. I'm going to say by the time that you guys have kind of figured out and done all the things you are, it's probably like mid morning. Like maybe like 9:30 or so. You guys can set off, or like actually, what was the plan? Were you guys all going to meet back up at the North Look, or what was the plan?
Well, I need to talk with them about the fundage for the healing potions. It's going to be 360 for all 5.
Okay, so let's just say this: that you guys set off. You all went on your different like your different sort of shopping quests, and that your plan was to meet back here at the North Look when you wrapped up. So at about like 9:30 in the morning, you guys wrap up what was there. and that would have given enough time for Kevin to have like the spike or spikes affixed to his shield, and you guys come back there. I'm gonna run and grab like two things because I just realized that I have run out of iced tea, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves about money and whatnot, and I will pick up as soon as I come back. Okay. Do
I don't have any money. I have no money. So
Well, I think we're out of coinage for the most part, but I think we've got a bunch of other stuff we can sell.
that we can sell.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, should we be doing that here to get coinage, or is that something that we don't have to roll play?
Well, that's going to be. I think Kevin's the one keeping track of that.
He has most of it. I have some, and I'm trying to figure out what I did with it.
Okay. So, and who has the group gold? Does anybody, or everybody kind of takes their own stuff, and then when there's group
We
funds
we
needed-
usually have smaller pools. Like I have 100 gold for myself, but for the rest of the group, I think Kevin's got that.
Okay, so Kevin has the group fund, and Kevin has the sellable stuff.
Well, split between him and Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, I generally just grab the gold. We were splitting it up at first, but then I just started going, once we, like, oh, you guys get 600. And I'm like, okay, plus 600 to mine.
Gotcha.
If we need it, people
Yeah.
can use it, sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how much is needed for these healing potions, and how many healing potions is it?
360. It's 360. It's one regular healing potion and 4 greater healing potions.
Shit, I can't find anything right now.
That's okay. We'll just say you have all the gold.
It was funny as I was putting my headset back on, all I heard was the gold. So, did you have enough? Did you have enough like fundage talking with people to get what you needed?
We're figuring that out now.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure we do.
What's
Me,
what's
Chris,
the
and
amount?
Kevin, we have to see if we have 360 gold.
Oh yeah,
I-
360. You guys,
Yeah.
we
That
got
we
it.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean that, and we've still got stuff to sell if we need to, right, Kev?
Yeah, I mean we've got like the different items. I haven't been keeping track of those. But just as far as like once we get the actual money from everything, I have listed like 800 that we can use.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and take the 360 and get the healing potions,
And-
and 4 greater ones.
I don't know if I've said this out loud or not, but any of the items that you found, you guys can sell for full value. I'm not going to make you like barter or try to do things with them. So, like, if you have stuff that you'd like to move instead of the coinage or whatever, or at some point you have it and you need to sell it, just you have that as funds. That's not a question.
Oh, I do have a question. Is there someplace that can fix my cracked spyglass?
Yeah. There. You know what? Roll me an investigation check, and I'll do this retroactively. That maybe you did this like in the morning after you talked to like the House of the Morning Lord.
Sure. House of the Morning Lord. That's what I wanted to know as well.
Oh yeah, with a 19, there's a vendor who will basically what he does is he uses another lens to heat up grains of sand to melt into the crack, so that it's not perfect. It may still be a little wonky when you look through it, like a little hazy, but it's no longer broken.
Cool. Awesome. I say thank you kindly. I leave.
And he says, "Get out of here, elf! I hate your kind."
Appreciate you.
Weird to do a favor for him, but okay.
He now owns half of your soul, not the whole thing, just half.
Well, I'm a half elf, so it's only a quarter of my soul.
Yeah, it was a discount, so yeah, it was a quarter of a soul. You're right, Kevin. I'm sorry. So,
The morning
so
yeah.
so Kevin, I don't know if you heard it or not. Did you hear what I said as far as getting the spike on your shield or
No, I
spikes?
was not here for that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said it and I wasn't sure if you're still there. So basically, um, Garn, the owner of the Black Iron Blade, says he is willing to affix spikes to your shield. They're nothing amazing. Think of like railroad spikes,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah, just typical
But
like kakunk kakunk.
yeah, but he will weld them like two or three of them to the center of your shield, um, for like a greatly discounted price. So instead, like standardly, he'd be like, I'd cost somebody 4 gold for this, discounted specifically for this job. I will cost you 1 gold. So the cost is 1 gold.
Nice.
When you use this, it will deal 1d6 plus your strength damage.
Badass.
However, if you roll a 1, they become weakened, and if you roll a second one on your check for this, they break off.
Okay.
They can be reaffixed, but that is the sort of like unfortunate tradition of the Black Iron Blades is
Right.
that they
Right.
can
That
break
their
down.
stuff kind of, we have a 10% better chance of not having stuff break on us. Wait,
Exactly,
what?
exactly. I mean, like
It's great.
I don't know if that's a selling point.
you hey, it may not break on you, right? Like
Wait,
but
shouldn't
yeah.
that just? I have a question. Isn't that a given? Oh fuck. Uh,
Well, so so I think it's funny that like the game specifically says that this guy makes bad shit. Like
yeah.
you could buy like any weapon anywhere and never have this be a problem, however many ones you roll. It just is that if you buy something here, there's a good chance it could break if you're bad with it. That's and like, but he's also like the highest like rated, distributor of arms in the area. So it's just a really weird thing that's there.
Nepotism.
Well, that's why he's in Tin Towns.
Well, yeah, maybe that's why. I mean, at one point before everything
He's
got
the
shut
only
off,
blacksmith
though,
in 10 towns.
I really think that Bryn Shander has like gone to pot since like all of the snow started to fall because originally Bryn Shander was like the central hub of trade and like all the trade that would come up from like Waterdeep and Luskin and like the Sword Coast would come up and the trade would happen like here right in the center where like all these vendor stalls were, but that bazaar has been kind of shut down because there's no influx of trade, so it's only the locals that have business now, and that's probably why this guy's prospered, you know. But yeah, so just before we move on with this, Kevin, was there anything else that Ziada wanted to try to do in town before I kind of throw us back to meeting up in the Northlook?
I'm not that I can think of. I think the general sort of stuff. It's like everyone else kind of has that covered. And yeah, she was just looking for the shield spike sort of thing at the moment.
Okay, so she's got it. So you guys meet back up at the Northlook. You kind of have the conversation about funding and whatnot. And as you guys are there, like I imagine that you come in, you kind of like pull up a table, and as you're waiting for each other, and then once you get there, um, Novakri's kind of like, listen, I don't have the cash on me, but I found some resources where we can get some healing, where we can have some stuff for the just in caseries and whatnot. And as you're doing that, you guys start to hear the strumming of the only thing I can sort of compare it to would be a cross between a harp and a guitar. Like it's got that sort of like sort of resonant sound that a guitar has as the strings are strummed and it vibrates inside, and it's got that sort of listing sound that a harp has, but it's somewhere in between. And you hear this voice just sort of like coming from somewhere within that's just like, they have a caster using laughter and an elf of mystery. There is a tiger who never tires and a fighter with no reach boundaries. What doesn't kill them makes them stronger. They are the light, they are the power. They a warrior. Oh, it's you. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you people doing? And Ronaldo walks around the corner.
Are we
I was
getting
afraid you were
royalty
going
off
to say
that?
that.
Are we getting
Yeah.
royalties off of his performances?
Well, you haven't hired him yet, but he looks at you guys and he says, I think I need to talk with you as there is something to discuss. Yes? Yes.
Well, we may not be hiring him, but he seems to be making a living off of our exploits.
He just smiles. He says, people love a tale, and I'm happy to tell it to whoever wants to hear it.
Let the bards deal with this thing.
It's a
Oh.
bard off.
Right.
It's a bard off.
Oh, this bard's about to mind screw him. Vicious mockery.
You're gonna vicious mockery him?
What is happening? Right now?
I wished.
I'm just gonna say I gotta pull something up if we're gonna do this.
That would kind of tarnish our reputation around here. Well, unless there
I'm
are,
just chilling by
unless
the fire, watching this this whole scene.
unless they feel like we do about, or like I do about Ronaldo, maybe they might celebrate me even more.
Oh my god, did he do that to Ronaldo? He's the best.
So there are pluses and minuses here.
There are pluses and minuses. Ronaldo,
There's risks and potential benefits.
for those who have not met Ronaldo, he is a sometimes not Italian sounding halfling that originally met the party in East Haven and said, "Hey, do you want to take part in a séance?" And the party was like, "No," and they all walked away from him. But he keeps showing up where they go, like almost uncannily.
Would you guys hate me too much if I did vicious mockery on this guy?
I'm just watching. Like I have no idea what the history is with this guy. I thought he sounded pretty great. I was pretty impressed with him. But
By the way, he's also offered to write like a ballad slash like war song for the party, and they're like, "Get away from us."
so I am So I have no idea what the history is. I'm gonna follow suit with whatever happens.
I say we listen to what he has to say, and then if we don't like it, you can vicious mockery him all you want.
Okay, sounds good. We'll listen to Ronaldo.
All right, so Ronaldo says, "It is good that you want to talk to me now." Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've made a mistake.
I made a mistake. He says, "Pizza pie and mozzarella bars coming at ya." He says, "Well, we can't have anyone listening, correct?" And he looks around, and there's maybe like 6 people in the bar.
No,
like
Novakri
Scramsax
says, "I'm certainly not about to be listening."
Scramsax, he does like the whole like full on eye roll that starts on the left and goes like around, but he goes, "You big fellow, could you maybe stand by the door and make sure no one comes in?"
Talking to Rothgar.
Yeah, unless he's really rude and he's talking to Harvest,
Right.
calling her a big fellow.
You just struck out twice there, buddy.
You got one more. You got one more.
Okay, so it's been a while since I bathed, but come on.
All right. So does Rothgar go and stand by the door just to kind of hold it?
Fine.
All right.
Can I
So-
ready a vicious mockery?
You can ready it. You can get ready. And you see any like, I'm going to assume that like caster to caster or bard to bard, a bard knows when a bard's going to do thing as like a caster knows when a caster's going to cast a spell. And he looks right at you like Novakri, like eye to eye, and he says, "This is not for you, but allow me this one privilege, please." And he goes, and he snaps his fingers, and you see everybody else in the North Look just sort of like keel over and fall asleep, like snoring heartily, or just sort of like like totally out, Scramsax and all.
Wow.
And he says, "So, You are making quite a name for yourselves as the heroes of Ten Towns. Again, I will gladly write you a song. If you have not liked what I've composed already, I can do something else. Give me a melody or a theme. But as a bard, I would love to be the herald of your future exploits. But I do have something I need, and that is I have a compatriot that has been, what's the words to say, lost to her adventurous spirit. And I have reason to believe we have a common enemy, and that is in these filthy Dwergar. I myself am a student of the Arcane Brotherhood, and there are many of us here in the Icewind Dale region that are doing things. Some to help, some to help themselves. I myself am here to just, write down and record the history that is happening amongst us. Gods amongst men. Who does not think that that will make a great tale? You, peasants rising up to be better than gods themselves. These are the things of epics and sagas. That is why I am here. But there are others from other schools who have come to find other things, maybe to help, maybe to harm. But I have one particular person who has disappeared from the map. And not because of nefarious reasons that the peoples of Ten Towns may have caused, aka the individual that you saw the remains of in East Haven. Daizan was a person of credulous resources in the sense that maybe he was, in fact, deserving of such an end. But the person I seek, well, she's an older woman. She carries a patch on one eye, and although powerful, sometimes can be taken advantage of. And I fear things of this nature have happened to her, and that the Dwergar may have taken her. And I would like that to not be so. She's not a good person, but she's not a bad person. And if there's a way to save her, I think that maybe you, all of you, have a way to handle that. Maybe not, but I will tell you this. If you can, I owe you a favor. Perhaps it's a song, perhaps it's something more. But if you can, Velen is her name, and I am true to my word.
So let me understand this correctly.
You shut up. You're new. I don't know who you are. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You would like us to find your lost compatriot Velen, who you believe to have been stolen or kidnapped by the Dwergar. And you're telling us that Velen's not good and she's not bad, but she's a creative artist of some sort. What's your relationship to Velen? Why her?
It's a good question you ask, Harvest. There are many peoples and classes that come from the Arcane Brotherhood. Most of them are magical in nature. We don't deal with the how you say, ruffians such as this one here. Although he has his purposes. Hrothgar, please, I bear you no ill will. I love what you can do. Just you do not have the spark, as it were. She herself, she deals in necromancy, because necromancy is a weird way to say a word that otherwise everybody else says.
Is it me,
But-
or has he switched from being Italian to being Dracula?
Aren't they both the
Yes,
same? Italian Dracula?
Strahd has definitely been creeping in.
Itacula? Oh my god, Itacula. Why did I not think of this before? But anyways, so he says, hey, I will help you with your stuff.
That's
And
Dracula in a different font.
I'm now mad at myself that I didn't make Strahd Italian Dracula. Like that's something I'm just mad at right now. But he's like, so Velen, she, like I said, those who study the dark arts, as it were perhaps viewed as not okay. So that's why I say not good, not bad. But she is a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, as am I, and we have always been on good terms. However, I recognize the fact that she may have gotten in over her head, and I would like to see that not the case. And perhaps either I can aid you in this or I can aid you in other things. For I see with my, how you say, not sight, inner sight, sight that is not sight. I
Sight
see that.
beyond sight.
Did you call me Beyonce? I will take that as a compliment.
I said sight beyond sight.
Beyonce. Yes, I hear what you're saying. I say it back to you. Yes, I I see that there are more troubles on the horizon, and maybe you need my help with them. Who knows? Maybe
Okay,
I be dead tomorrow. But I offer my services if you can help me with this.
Ronaldo. That is your name, correct? Ronaldo?
For the moment, yes.
Um, so I would like you to understand something before we can properly come to an agreement.
Ronaldo understands. He is very, how you say, sexual, and you are attracted to him. I understand.
No.
But it is
No.
not something you need to worry about. Everyone feels it. I'm not interested. Thank you.
You know, this. I may not need to launch my vicious mockery. There may not be enough left of him to mock.
That doesn't affect Harvest at all whatsoever. Um, so I need you to understand that I absolutely would be willing to retrieve his friend or at least go look for her. Um, I have no desire to have someone who knows the workings of necromancy to be in the hands of um, people who shouldn't have that knowledge. However, I also would be much more prone to ending his friend's life uh, once I find her as well. However, I could find her and I could help her safely return here. Um, but I would need probably a little bit more from you than you're offering. You're offering a song or a tune for the heroes of 10 towns, but
How else would I immortalize you
so I
in the
would
minds of the people?
I would need you to paint these individuals across the realm as heroes and brave um, defenders of the realm. And I would also need you to make sure that you leave me out of it entirely.
Hmm. So it is a party of three with a strange shadow that perhaps I mention as a shadow, but never fully describe. Ooh, this
No,
sounds like a challenge for a true songster.
no, no shadows. I don't want there to be the existence of me at all whatsoever.
As long as you allow me the possibility of a double entendre, I am 1000% on board.
Okay.
And now I've gone French. I'm sorry.
All right, so tell me more about Velen.
Well, strong, muscly lad, I see that there are some possibilities that she was taken by one of the sons of Zarduk and sent, muffled, shackled, along to Sunblight, which would greatly diminish her powers. However, she's a crotchety old woman that I, for some reason, adore. She's got an eye patch, and she loves to create kobolds as minions. Apart from that, she's in her 40s, and she's okay. That's all he gives you.
Ace.
Rothgar, do me a favor. Give me an intelligence check. DC 10.
Does he have any idea of like direction or location at all?
Sunblight.
Sunblight is where it's at.
What did you say? Intelligence?
Intelligence check, yes.
This thing is going to be like my best roll ever.
Let's see it. Let's do it. Oh my god. You have no idea. You have no idea. And I think you're the only person who speaks Dwarven in the group, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Nope. You're just like, man, this guy is telling a tale, but weird. Okay.
Meanwhile, Hrothgar's just like, what the hell are the Dwagar?
Is it Deweygar? Aergar?
The Doodoo-Gars?
The Doo-Doo-Gars? They poop a lot?
the
What is this?
They guard the doo-doo.
Right.
So like seriously, there's nobody else that speaks. Actually, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, who was on who? No, everybody that was there. So I'm gonna say that maybe he shared this with you. So everybody, give me that's not Rothgar a intelligence check. So
Shut up.
Harvest, Novakri, and Ziada, give me an intelligence check. Yeah. Okay, that's one. That's two. That's three. All of you remember at one point Rothgar reading notes from inside that Dwergar fortress that said, "We've sent you one of these like assholes from the Arcane Brotherhood," and this must be what they were talking about.
In what temple was that found?
So remember Harvest, where you met everybody in that sort of like fight, that Dwergar fight in a fortress kind of thing that you were kept prisoner and then you kind of like escaped out of.
Yeah.
In the person, I think it was Nildar, in Nildar's room where you guys all crashed for the night because it was the safest place to crash. There was a series of documents on the table that were in Dwergar, which is basically like rough Dwarven, that Rothgar translated. And I'm going to say that he translated and told you guys. And you realized that there was a message that said, he had said, we're sending you like one of them was like a thank you for the prisoner, like the Arcane Brotherhood prisoner. And then the other one was a message that was like, I'm about to send you another person that I don't know if they're from the Arcane Brotherhood, but I think they will yield equal information about the surfacers. And that was about you, but you broke out and you guys all got out.
Gotcha.
All right. So you guys have this. You guys deal with this. Ronaldo. I don't know why. Like, I love that guy's name, and I couldn't think of it. Ronaldo kind of looks at you and says, "If you will help me, I will, like I said, gladly maybe either help you in the future or write you a song as well that, sings to the glories. You, madam, I will not, because clearly you are a shadow that casts no reflection, despite your pointy ear beauty. Also, do you
Now he
poop
sounds
3
like a cow from
times?
Sesame Street.
You know what? I'm sorry, but it's weird. Like Italian for me ranges between Romanian, Italian, and Dracula. That's what I've got. French is real easy, but Italian is a weird like Romanian language for me. So. Also, shut up. You guys don't do voices, so shut up.
Blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Now you're Count Dracula from
Hotel Transylvania. Yeah. Yes.
I don't do blah blah blah.
You just did. You literally just did. So, all right. So, Ronaldo says this, and he says, "I believe that perhaps we are done here. Correct? Oh my God, I am Dracula right now. God damn it!" But basically, he says, like, "All right, we're done here. I'm going to head on my way. But if you meet the balls have anything that I should add to this song or take away, let me know. And also, I love you. And then he disappears. By the way, all of these are spells that for this character he has access to. So if anyone wants to make like arcane checks to see what happens or whatever, this is all legitimate because I created a character in D&D Beyond that has like access to these things.
Wait a minute. Say that again?
So Ronaldo is an NPC, but he is an NPC with very specific abilities and talents that if any of you at any point are like he shouldn't have that or he's too powerful or whatever, you can make an Arcana check and I'll tell you what he just did to let you know that it's real. What he just did was real.
Oh, can I find out what he did with when he put the entire fucking place to sleep and not us?
That's
Well, I
that's
mean,
smart.
roll an Arcana check and I'll tell you. A 22 is going to do it. Anybody else want to check? It doesn't matter.
Not at my last
I
roll.
assume it's sleep.
A 20. No, it wasn't sleep. It was mass suggestion,
Huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
which is an amazing spell. Which, as a little insight, I'm going to let you guys know this. So the battle in the Berserker cave that you guys were in, I built that battle different than what was in the book because I wanted it to be really challenging. I wanted you guys to have a hard time with it, but I wanted you to like struggle and get done with it because the way it was either going to be like they killed you immediately or it wasn't. So I changed a bunch of stuff with it and it worked out. It was great. It was what it was. But if all of a sudden people started to drop, Ronaldo was going to show up and do mass suggestion, and his mass suggestion save is 18, which would have made any one of the berserkers drop. Like they could have saved and there would have still been someone else and they could have murdered you and done whatever. But it was the best like survival chance that there was. And I had this whole song that I just sang ready for that as a backup. Because when I created that encounter, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. And the way that it worked, I was like, this is awesome. Because that's what an encounter should be. It should make you all fret for your lives and then feel awesome about it. And so I was super pumped how that worked out. And also I could save Ronaldo for, a moment in Bryn Chandler when he comes in and says, hey, save Velen, you bitches. See you later.
But we didn't need them, so yeah.
Well, no, you didn't. You didn't because you guys crushed it. However, mass suggestion is an amazing bard spell if no one's taken it yet. Just saying. All right.
Yeah, but can you put? I'm gonna have to research into that. I don't know if you could actually put enemies to sleep.
Yep. No, he can. It's everybody within. I think it's a 60-foot radius. I want I was specifically making sure it was a non-sheet to make a character ready to do this, just in case. I was ready to. I was willing to sacrifice one of you, but not all of you, because when I created the barbarian caves and the way it was set up, I was like, they could all die. They could literally all die right now, depending upon how they handle this. And when Hrothgar ran away, not like honestly, I thought that you were gonna run out and like just jump down the tunnel and be like, I don't want to deal with you bitches anymore. No, I'm gonna hold court and then stab anything coming at me. I did not think that was what you were doing. So when you ran over there, that's why I started saying, well, the coward's running away and that's what we're gonna do. So okay, let's see what happens. But anyways, we're in Bryn Chandler right now. Very different day. Very different morn. Very different afternoon. You guys have done shopping. You figured things out. Is there anything else you want to do? Or do you want to set off midday and make a couple hours headway towards something?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the map. Let's do this. Drag this down here. Icewind Dale. Okay. All right, you guys are in Bryn Shander. Shift click. You guys are right there. It's midday. You set out. You guys make it to right about here. As like everything starts to go dark. Do you cast a tent and try to sleep, or do you try to push on? What is your plan?
We
What's
got
the weather look like?
So the weather tonight is clear. I mean, it's cold. There's a wind. It's frosty.
We don't need
But
to
it
worry
seems
about
pretty.
it.
We're gonna have a hut anyway, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You have the what is it, Leomans or whatever it is?
Well, now
Tiny
it's
hut.
Novakris, but yeah.
I ganked that bitch.
Right. And just took the spell.
All right, so you guys do that. You find a place kind of off the way and whatever, and you cast Nuvakri, you cast a spell, and you guys all have a good night. Actually, does that grant anything like reduction of like exhaustion or anything like that?
The hut? No, it's just a safe space to sleep.
The only reason I asked that is like I said, you guys made it basically to like like right there, and I didn't know if you could have gone further if it was a reduction of exhaustion. That's why I asked.
So, based on the thing, it's all other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside. Until the spell ends, you can command the interior to become darkly or dimly lit or dark. And it's opaque of any color you choose, but it is transparent from the inside. So just...
Yep. Nope. Perfect. All right.
Oh.
So yes, you guys have a good night's sleep, and again, finally, Novakri, you are granted a night's sleep that doesn't have the sort of like horrors that you had been faced with before. It's no longer there, and so I'm going to say that right here is where you guys like crashed tonight, like roughly right about there. And so you have a couple options. Yeah. So you guys can go down to here. You guys can go down to here. This is gonna take maybe like a day and a half. And then a 20-mile hike is maybe 2 days based upon like terrain and everything like that. If you go here and then decide to go here, it's maybe like, half a day to get from one to the next, or vice versa.
Yeah, but the terrain is much easier to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's the plan anyway. We'll check out the stuff for Novakri, see if there's anything that, like, because we don't know exactly what it is. And it's like, all right, we can help you out with whatever this deal is, see what it is, and if it's something that we want to deal with, great, we deal with it. If not, we go, all right, we've got half a day's travel.
Okay. All right. So next day you're gonna stay on the road. You're gonna make it down to like maybe down here. I'm on the wrong thing. Sorry. You're gonna make it down to like right about here or so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anybody who wants to give me a survival check and who wants to aid can. Remember, the aid is a survival check plus your ability modifier, and if it's above a 10, you get a 2. So yeah, so that's a 15. And so with that, you guys find like a safe place.
23 total.
I don't understand. How's it 23?
Because I'm not the one doing the survival check. I'm helping the druid.
I rolled a 7.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't
Plus
even
6.
see like The druid
it's a,
check
it's a
didn't
different one.
like the druid check actually like popped up just now. I saw Novakri, Ziyada, Hrothgar, and I was like, okay, so that's a 10 plus 2 is a 16, and you're like 23, and I'm like, I'm not understanding how that. And then you're like, because the druid, and I looked up and it just showed up, and I went, okay, yeah. So definitely yes. So you guys find like the most sort of like secretive spot that you can tuck into somewhere around here, right? Like right when the trees start to show up, right as you cross over the Red Run, which is the river that is right here that has drifted out of Red Waters and heads out towards um, the sea that's out there that is on the Sword Coast. So you guys sleep there and you have a relatively uneventful night. Do you guys set up any watches, or are you just like, I think we're okay, and go from there?
Well, it's invulnerable. Nothing can get
Yeah,
through the
I was going to
dome.
say that. I think we're okay.
Okay. All right.
Set
Cool.
off to the side and just kind of keep an eye out.
Do I sense anything on the wind?
You sense wind on the wind.
Smell anything?
Oh,
No
You
Pocahontas
smell
songs.
wind on the wind.
Yeah. No.
What
No.
what
No fires burning. We're still looking at that smokestack,
what about the colors of the wind?
or is
The
that?
colors of the wind seem to say to you, "Are you Vanessa Williams?" And you're like, "No, I'm not." And it goes, "I don't want to talk to you." I can't stop but help to notice that on the map it says Nildar dead with only an E. I'm sorry. I had to scroll down, so I stopped looking at that. But basically, yeah. So you guys find like a nesting spot. You crash for the night, and you are good. And then you guys are gonna push on towards
Is that fire still
there.
burning? Do we still see that smoke coming up? Or
There is definitely a fire still burning, and there like the smoke trail that you had seen originally when you were like, like 5 or 6 miles away over here a couple days ago. It's not as prominent, but there is still a trail that's leading up from where you're headed towards.
okay.
All right, so do you head off in that direction?
Yes.
I think that's what we were intending to do.
I mean, we're keeping an eye out for dead bodies or waste or movement. Or the closer we get, I think the more cautious we're going to be.
Okay. There is a river that flows out of the mountaintops that is this sort of like double wide that you see that's going this way. And you realize like it's easy enough to cross here on the bridge. There's sort of like a bridge that goes south. There's a bridge that goes um, to the east, like to this side. And so you cross and you start to follow that river. And as you start to follow that river, the forest and the snows start to get deeper and thicker as you go further and further into the mountains. And as you guys are starting to go further and further in the mountains, I'd like everybody to give me a perception check.
I just
Doesn't
Perception.
matter what your passive is. Just give me
I
a
just have a
perception
real
check.
quick question.
Everybody in the group.
Are we still seeing the smoke? Hey, quick question. Are we still seeing the smoke from
Mm-hmm.
there? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the river is
just
leading
making
you
sure
that
that it
way.
didn't, like-
Yeah. I'm sorry. The river is leading you towards that way.
Yep.
And because of the sort of like if you've ever gone for a hike, on either side of a river, usually it's beaten down so that you can just walk along that. That's what you're doing. All right. So with the exception of Dolan, all of you are very aware that once you reach about here, right kind of near like the thickest part of the forest before you get to where you're headed. And you don't know this because you don't have like an overview map, but once you get about here, there seems to be a light source moving through the trees coming towards you. And when I say light source, I mean it seems like almost like almost like someone's holding a torch or like something along the lines of a torch, maybe a like a hooded lantern or something. But there's light that is casting back and forth as it comes towards you through the trees. And as all of you kind of look forward, you see, like, anybody apart from Dolan, because you're terrible. No, I'm kidding. You just rolled bad. But everybody else rolled really well, and you see this like humanoid shape coming towards you that is casting this light. Um, with three of you rolling above 20, you see that it looks like a humanoid that's big. Like, obviously, the last time we had some fun with, like, like half-sized humanoids, aka dwarves, going to go fishing. But in this case, it's one solitary humanoid that is coming towards you that seem like, as you kind of squint your eyes against like the fading light because it's the end of the day, you see like a man-sized figure that's covered in maybe like a hooded, like fur covered robe or jacket or something that's like clenched tight, and like there's these, like, you can see that like there are boots that seem to come up through the snow so it can keep walking, but there's just light illuminated from all around it, and it seems to be moving towards you. um Dolan, you're just like, hey guys, I just farted. Did you guys hear that? So you don't even know what's going on. But for the rest of you, what do you want to do?
Uh,
We have no. Do we have
Question.
any? Do we have any clue what this thing is coming towards us?
Well, it's not Billy Zane, I'll tell you that.
well, that's not good.
It's not going to be a walk-off,
You
folks.
can derelict my balls, Capitan.
Oh!
So I guess just kind of be prepared, weapons drawn sort of thing, but like
Yeah.
what's going on? See what's happening. I mean, just a person with a light.
the the figure that's emitting the light, as sort of like a follow-up detail, is staggering, right? Like, it's not running towards you, it's not saying anything. It's just this hooded, kind of like crumpled over figure, something like, um like, I'm trying to think like what a good example would be. Like, think of somebody whose job has been to carry heavy burdens, and then even though the burden's not on their back, they kind of still like have that sort of like hunched over methodology to walking, right? And like, the snow's deep, as you guys know, and they're dressed for it accordingly. And as they're sort of like walking through it, they're walking through as if they still have this burden on their back and this big, like, fur covered hood over them, but there's like this light emitting from them.
Does he have a hump? And is it on the same side as it was earlier?
You just hear, "What hump? What are you talking about?" No,
Walk
no
this
hump.
way.
No thing.
Um, so yeah, I guess, yeah, just kind of be prepared. Let this person come up. It's something where it's like it could be any number of things. So I think just kind of let this guy come up and see what happens. Hopefully, it's not a. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Plan for the
Well,
worst and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to like clue me in as to you're seeing something?
I'm sorry. That's not funny, but it is
I
funny.
thought I thought you were paying
Well,
attention to stuff.
yeah,
I
you're our
Nope, this is the wrong thing. Never mind.
You were looking at all the trees and stuff. You told us about it. Yeah,
you're the
there's
ranger. You're
there's a
supposed to
light.
have this down.
Okay, so
Ranger
you tell.
esque. They're into the same sort of stuff, but one leans into the extra stuff a little bit more.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically like without revealing things and showing things and doing whatever, I am just going to say that you guys all see this um this like light coming from over here. It's it's beyond your sort of spectrum of seeing, which means there's like a gray area like in between it, so you can't quite see it. But there is definitely a medium-sized humanoid shape, which is, like elf, human, or half orc kind of thing, moving towards it, covered in robes. That's just sort of shambling towards you guys. And for anybody who doesn't know, I'm just going to do this. You guys are all up here. Yep. And there is this thing coming through the forest towards you. I'm not good enough with Roll20 to be able to just put something on the map that you can see, like an aura that you can see. But as you move forward, you're still not close enough to see. It's just beyond it. Harvest. Also, Harvest, you're in a tree. So, did you climb the tree, or did you just run up the tree, or what did you do?
Once I was informed that something was coming, we don't know what it is. I climbed the tree and am readying my bow.
Okay. All right. In that case, what does everybody else want to do?
I thought we were all just kind of getting ready. Didn't want to necessarily attack him if it was, not necessary, but didn't want to be, caught unawares if it turned out to be something more.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, what's the kind of lighting out? Is it dark?
It is like on the precipice of being dark. Like the if you'll remember that, like at sunrise, the sun comes up to kind of like the horizon and then never goes anywhere and then sinks back down as sunset. And you guys are right about sunset, the end of the day right now. So your normal vision that I've given you guys is basically about right.
Okay.
And again, I apologize. There's not a way for me to do this that I know of, but what you know of is that, like, showing the right thing, is that over here there is a figure. Hang on, let me do this. Shift.
So if it's an icon, you can choose it and you can have it emit light from the dynamic lighting.
But if I do that, then you see the figure,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing that just yet. So
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that just outside your range of sight, there is a figure emitting light, which maybe makes like a 10 to 15 foot darkness between what you can see and where it is. So you can see it, but you can't. You just like there's like this gray zone between that makes it almost impossible to see.
I'm going to cast light on just like a copper coin, and then just flick it over to Rothgar, so that he can, kind of put that away and hide the light, or have it for the next hour.
All right.
Just in case.
I'm asking. Didn't Hrothgar have a thing to see, like in the darkness in the caves? Like, didn't he have something that let him see 20 feet or something like that?
No.
Oh, well, okay.
Unless
I
it was
thought you had something that let you see in the
torch
caves, but all
or
right.
something like this. I think there may have been. I may have just set light or something on him then, or
I think so. Like, I feel like there was something that happened so that in the caves you could see. But okay, well, I mean, it's past the point. Like, it's whatever. So.
to get him, vision as much as possible with that sort of stuff. So that, and then kind of just getting ready. I can see in the dark and just kind of stepping up a little bit. Maybe calling out. What do we think? I'll do a quick little, psychic telepathic questioning. It's like, hey, tap my head's just like, hey,
Kevin, what's the dimensions on what Rothgar can see with that?
20 20 and 20. So 20
Okay.
bright and 20 dim.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back and do this because I gotta change this. So settings. Okay, so Rothgar, you can see things, and you ran up. All right, you're doing stuff. Anybody else doing anything else before I start to like do stuff?
I let out like an owl call.
Does that do anything, or are you just like panicking, and that's what you do in a panic state?
I don't know. Does it do anything? I want to see if this thing changes direction, pauses, or anything.
You see it keeps shambling towards you. There's a rock formation right between. I'm just going to do this so you can know. There's like a rock formation right here that you had seen it coming up on, and you're not sure which way it's going to go. So it could come this way, or it could come this way. That's what you know. And it
Towards
kind
the
of
sound or
disappears
the owl?
behind it. All right, Ziada moves forward. So I've seen Harvest do something. I've seen Ziada move forward. She did something and move forward. I've seen Rothgar move forward. Novakra, you move forward, which means I think it's time everybody rolled me some initiative. Let's pull that up on the screen. All right. I can get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Okay, I go tomorrow.
Well, Phil is not here. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I forgot to. I forgot to provide some really fun, intimate stuff. Everybody who is not Ziada, cover your ears, or if not, listen in. I don't care. But Ziada, at one point when you were going through your pack and figuring out what you needed, maybe finding some coinage to pay for the spikes that are on your shield right now, you found a piece of leather jerkin that had a really crude drawing on it of a tiger and a bear. And there was no signature on it.
Okay.
Just saying. That's
Yep.
what you found.
Yep.
I also think that Ziada's got 2 people on this map, so yeah, let's get rid of all the doubles. Guys, if I'm deleting you guys, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
I'm just
that's the wrong one. Get rid of the other Ziada.
oh crap. All right, you know what?
Clear it.
Everybody's deleted. Everybody's deleted. All right. Add your turns. Do what you're going to do.
I can add my initiative to the initiative marker myself.
Well, if you click on your character, and then you should have the ability to do that.
If you have Beyond 20, you can click on the initiative in D&D Beyond, and it will just automatically roll that. And if you have your character selected, it will add it to the turn order too.
I don't have Beyond 20.
You should get it. It's amazing.
Oh,
Because everything I just described, you can just do. So you just have to have your thing up, and it's like, intimidation check. Okay. I don't have
And
to
beyond.
figure out what it is. It just does it. We tried to get someone else in the other campaign that I run to do it for like months, and it wasn't until he came over, and then we showed him, and he went, "Oh my god, that's really good." It's like, yeah, well, we've been saying that for a long time now.
Is it free?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just like an add-on sort of thing onto whatever Chrome or Firefox or whatever you use, so that you can have your character up on D&D Beyond, and it just has all that info, and it just links it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back over here. So we're gonna go.
That's kind of what it looks like, Dolan. And then you can do control and shift, and that'll give you advantage and disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. So then you guys are always flipping back and forth between windows?
Yep.
I've got 2 screens.
I've got 2 screens. Elite.
I have
Yes.
one screen. I'm not as sophisticated.
And my main screen is a big widescreen that I had from work, and it's excellent.
Your dad still have that landscaping?
Building, and yeah,
Okay, I thought it was landscaping. I'm sorry.
no worries. Yeah, he's had. I mean, he had that since before me. It's tough now, obviously, with all the prices going up and nothing happening. But yeah,
Building is tough right now?
yeah.
Construction
I mean,
is
guys
real tough.
like work up the ass.
If we because we have to get land and then develop it, we've got a bunch of projects in the works. One in Lowell, Lunenburg, and Drake, and they're gonna be like one's over 100 units, one's like 50 or like 48 or something, and then another one is, I think that one's over 100 as well.
Gotcha.
So it's
So
just
you have huge projects in the
we're
works.
right there, but
Skyrocket.
all of the just process with the towns and just everything. It's just long.
Gotcha.
Well, that and the building materials, plywood's still up way big, isn't
That's
it?
been brutal lately. Some stuff went up like 4 times the amount.
Yeah, like wood, lumber itself.
Yeah,
I mean, that was insane.
yeah.
Talking like pieces of lumber that were like $20 suddenly were $90.
Jesus.
So, other question: has anybody else had tendonitis in your hand?
I'm a massage therapist, so I know about tendonitis.
Okay, I pulled something in my hand. It's got my thumb numb, and every time I flex my wrist, it just kills. Any ideas what I could do to, make it not kill?
Don't
Um,
suck your thumb.
It's called thumbinitis.
I mean, it could be it could be a couple of things. It could be arthritis. It could be carpal tunnel. It could be synovitis, and it could be a pinched nerve. But ice, pretty much. Besides arthritis, ice is going to help all of those inflammatory things.
So listen, you need to listen to some Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. It will help.
Right, that was.
It will help.
I'd rather take the pain.
And some sort of topical anti-inflammatory and a wrist brace.
Oh,
I've got the brace.
Ice Brace Baby.
But I would do some sort
Oh,
of topical anti-inflammatory.
yeah, I've got the brace going, and it happened whenever I was pushing up from a picnic table. Something popped in that area.
Yeah, you want to ice that for sure.
All right.
Okay, it's been going on for a week. Anyways, enough of my medical mysteries.
All right. So medical mysteries end, and we end up going, boop. Time to do some reveals because, poop. That's when poop happens. Bam, bam. Come on. Layer. Token layer. Oh, things are starting to show up. And then we're going to go objects token. We're going to do this. We're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This thing is going to show up and go right there. And then we're going to go 40, 60. So it's 1 or 2. So this humanoid form that is emitting this light that you can now see that's around you because you kind of are on the same like you guys are on the same level of the same, not the same level, but the same like sort of resonance or like emittance is. I'm gonna roll a one. I'm gonna roll a d4. 1 and 2, Ziada. 3 and 4, Harvest. Here we go. It's a 1. Ziada, I'm going to need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. DC 14. That looks like a fail to me, which means you are blinded until the start of this creature's next turn. And in that interim, it is now, and when you are blinded, because I had that somewhere, I believe anything that comes at you has advantage. Well, I'm just making sure. Blinded. A blinded creature can't see and automatically fails on ability checks that require sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So anything you do has disadvantage. You also don't know where you're supposed to go. And I'm just making sure that this is... Hold on. Nope. You know what? You are not blinded. I apologize. I thought this creature had a greater reach, and it does not. So you are not blinded. You just feel this like pressure on your eyes that you're able to force off. I really wish that was the case because I would have loved to have killed you in one way or another, but it's not the case. But so I apologize. You are not blinded. You are not blinded. But what I am going to do is... I rolled that check and it was against Ziada, so I'm going to attack you with this. And I highly doubt that this is going to get you, but a 15 does not hit you, correct?
Correct.
All right, so fair enough. So this creature does that, and then you see this creature start to like it looks like a human, like it looks like a man-sized thing with like gloves on and like a fur coat and everything, but there's this light emanating from like its face and its body and maybe like joints where like its cloak and it's like its jerkin doesn't meet with the boots. It looks like shit, hold on, let me see if I have it. I thought I put this on the wrong map apparently. Oh, here we go. All right. No, get rid of this. Come on. I don't know if anybody can see it. I don't know if it just showed up or not, but like...
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Did this work? People see that?
Nope.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's Shift Z.
Oh, I see that.
That's what you see coming towards you.
Interesting.
All right, get that off the map. All right. That's what you see. And you see after it like shoots this like ray of light towards Ziada that has no effect, that it picks its hands up and it starts like making these motions, but there's no sound coming out of it. All right, let's go back towards the turn order, which somewhere around here I have, and it goes to Novakri. Novakri, what are you doing?
Question. I rolled a 7 for initiative. So would I be between the Cold Light Walker and Navakari?
Are you in the turn order? You're not in the turn order for some reason, so let's do this. Let's go add to turn order and then find where you are and then give you a 7. And then do this and go descending and go beep, 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 beep.
Ooh,
All right,
I'm
Harvest, it is your turn.
fancy.
So Harvest, I'm sorry, Novakri, you have time to think about your turn. It's Novakri's turn. I mean, it's Harvest turns. Sorry.
Is this creature within 120 feet of me?
Well, so what you'll see is yeah, there you go. I was going to say there's a great way to map that out. But yes, it's within 120 feet of you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic. So
Um,
if a spell on this creature is 3rd level or lower, then the spell automatically ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check.
okay. So you cast a spell, and there's like I feel like we've all seen enough like fantasy or whatever movies in which like like the psychic emanation or like the verbal like prescience of the spell moves, and it's like, and as it hits this body, this creature that I showed you a picture of, nothing happens.
Mm.
It stops for a moment as if this like force had kind of hit it, and then it moves forward.
Motherfucker. Can I
So okay, so that's. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
shoot it or no?
Well, so you cast a spell, correct?
I did. Can I shoot
So
it?
I think no, I think that's your action, unless you have a bonus action that allows you to shoot or do something like that.
Nope.
Okay, are you going to move at all, or are you staying in the tree?
I'm how high am I in that tree?
How high would you like to be in that tree?
I would like to be 30 feet high.
Fair enough. I'll let that go. Okay. Are you going to do anything else?
Nope.
All right. It looks like you ran forward, Novakri. So you move forward. Move. What else are you going to do?
Does it look like the thing is wearing any like armor or metal armor?
It seems to be clad in like furs and robes. No
So
armor that you
no.
can see.
Okay.
I like it though.
What?
I know what you were up to.
Yeah, well, you know.
I've played a bard.
I've been a bard before. Okay, so you stepped up. You asked a question. What are you doing, Novakri?
What are we all doing? Here, I need to make a measurement. Okay, I am going to cast Phantasmal Force.
Okay. I don't know what that does, but it sounds fun. So it's an intelligence save from the creature?
Yeah, basically, I create an illusion. The illusion. Da 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 da.
What is the result? Is it like an effect, like blinded or charmed or something like that?
No, it's one of those things that if you fail the save, then it creates an illusion that the target finds that you defined in the target. But I think I know what you're saying, so give me a second. Yeah, there's no effect. It's just you create an illusion.
Okay, so what does the illusion do? Does the illusion look like a thing? Does it create an effect? Like what happens? Because there are some immunities this creature has.
It creates a a phantasmal object. Basically, I can make it look whatever I want it to look like.
And is the like so I'm gonna roll against this, but like if the creature's not charmed or something like that, like what am I rolling against?
You're making an intelligence save.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the effect? Is the effect like a charmed effect, a paralyzed effect, a petrified effect? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, none of those.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. It is a 13.
I mean, it's the spell is in on roll 20, so you can take a look at it.
Craft an illusion. So hold on. So blinded charms.
The
Nothing
only
against
part
illusion.
is this spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Wait, is that thing an undead?
It is not undead. Yes, no, it is undead. I'm sorry.
So
That's
never
just
mind.
what I would have guessed.
Okay, well, that answers that. Okay. So, Jesus Christ. All right. So,
I just read if they're dead or undead or constructs, the spell has no effects on undead or constructs.
it is an undead. It is an undead creature per the stat block. So, okay. Are you doing anything else in your turn then?
Free action cry.
Nova Cry. Okay, cool. It goes to Rothgar.
Ne-
Rothgar, what are you
next time
doing?
you'll read the whole spell, though.
Gonna move up, and that's it.
All right, move up. Move to where you're going to go.
It's not the first spell I've wasted.
It won't be the
the
last.
last.
It won't be the last.
It won't be the last. Rothgar, where are you going? I just realized you're not Ziada because I was watching Ziada Square and I'm like, why are you not moving? I don't understand. That you son of a bitch. Okay. Okay. As this happens, as you move up there, are you doing anything? Are you doing anything else? No? Yes? No? Rothgar, are you doing anything else? Or is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so I didn't hear you. That's why I asked. All right, so I got to do this because shit's about to go down. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Ignore that.
45, 50. I'll stop right there. And Rothgar, I believe that you have a 15-foot radius for your attack, or is that not true?
No, I think it's 10.
Wait, I thought last time we were playing there was a 15-foot reach for you. Did you do something differently on that? No, I'm not being a jerk. Like I really thought you had a 15-foot reach.
No, I can use one of the
Superiority?
Is it superiority?
maneuvers that, huh?
Oh, the maneuvers. Yeah. So
the
okay.
maneuvers will move it up to 10, but no, I've been doing just or we'll move it up to 15, but I've only been doing 10 for when they're coming within range of me.
Okay, no, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying that like this guy gets here because he would be within attack ratio of Ziada, but stops because that's his first target and he can't attack because he double moved to get there. So okay, it then goes to Ziada. Ziada, this crag cat has like come screaming around the corner to get to you. Oh, that's a hit.
8
Is
on the
it 8
first
points of
one.
damage?
Yep.
Minus 8. All right, so it is. I will give it a mark because that's enough to make a mark on it. As opposed to when you first fought Crag Cats and you had to fight for 3 rounds to get a mark on it. And then a 26 is definitely a hit. So yes.
So not great there.
Is 6 point? Is it 6 points of damage or 5 points of damage? I should
5.
say?
Yep. Oh yeah, that's that one.
All right, so it looks like it's almost to half, but it's still kicking. Doesn't have a mark yet.
All right.
The second mark.
Can I now try and bash this thing with my shield?
Absolutely, and it's an opposed strength check, correct?
Yes. Athletics or acrobatics.
I don't have either, so it's just going to be a straight up strength check. So where's my thing? Nope, that's not it. Hold on. D20 plus 3. Boom. It's a failure. So with a failure, roll 1d6 plus strength. Please.
Ooh, so
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Yeah, so I'm going to go minus 9.
Nice.
And with that, oh my God, with that, we're going to go boop, boop, because that was you were like right on the cusp, and then you were like, and dead. So, yep.
I'll be taking your claws as trophies. Use them
If the
for
spikes
effect
break
on
off my
shield.
shield, I'm just going to launch your claws on my shield. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, I was thinking about that because it's like going with like a symbolism of like a claw, like a tiger claw.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, fucking. I was hoping we would, I was actually going to suggest at some point, if we got a second, we might have to stop and go for the crag cats if we hear something screaming. So I'll just be cutting its paws off here. Even better.
Even here, save it for later. Okay,
right, saves time.
All right, so Ziada, you go. Is there anything else you're going to do on your turn?
Yeah, I might do just circle around this thing. Well, let's do this.
Yeah, you still have a move. Absolutely.
So the Crag Cat's dead?
I mean, almost. Like the crag cat's hurting, without a doubt. Yellow, red, yellow, orange, red. It's at critical or below right now.
And that's going to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, unfortunately, it goes to the other. I mean, I'm just going to have to go down here and go. And this guy comes rushing out. Oh. God damn it. Come on. Select mode. Why is this? I don't. Oh my God, I hate this shit when this happens. Oh, that's why. Because,
It's okay, Tom. When men reach a certain age, it just doesn't work like it used to.
Shut up, Novakri. I'm about to eat you from a cat. The same cats that ate your beast. Anyways. All right.
Wow, that was a little delayed reaction there.
It was a double move to get up there because apparently I forget things. Anyways. But it is also the Cold Light Walker's turn next. Oh my God, what's the Cold Light Walker to do? I mean, I don't know. It's going to move. Let's see what it can do. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Okay. Yeah, for flanking. For flanking's sake. And it's going to multi-attack Ziada with advantage. So I'm going to roll 4 d20s, and we're going to see what happens.
Does it have advantage?
It has advantage because of flanking. Doot. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. D20. It has a +5 to hit on a slam attack. Roll. See what we got. That's not a hit. But does a 23 hit?
Yep.
Hold on, I'm gonna cut in words that.
Ooh.
Oh, you son of a bitch. All right. So cutting words reduces one of them, but an 18 plus 5 is a hit, correct? And cutting words only reduces one of them, right?
Yeah, you roll a d6 and take that off the creature's roll.
All right, hold on. Let's just roll a d6 and see what happens on that first one. Come on, 1. Yeah. All right, so that means that is a
Cheater.
17 plus 5, which is a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 21. Does a 21 hit?
Yes. Still hits.
All right,
Sorry.
No,
So-
that's fine.
it was worth it.
Unfortunately,
So
the only one is if it were a 1.
you're about to take some like Ziada. I'm not gonna lie. You're about to take some serious damage. Do you have any reductions against bludgeoning or cold damage?
Yes. Cold, I take half.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the bludgeoning damage first, which is 1 hit is 2d8 plus 2. So 2 hits come through. So it's 48 plus first. No reduction against this. You're going to take 15 points of damage. And then you're going to take 8d6 straight up cold damage, but we're going to reduce this by half. So you took 15 points of damage, and then you take 15 more points of damage that's straight cold because you reduce it by half.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is the real deal. We're talking real deal shit right now. How are you doing right now, Ziada?
Not amazing.
Not amazing. All right. That was the end of that creature's turn. It goes to Harvest. Harvest, what are you doing? You just saw this creature step up with its like eerie brilliance all around it and just slam twice, like just taking these like gloved, like almost like comically gloved, like Santa Claus hands and just slam like mega clubs into Ziada, and Ziada just took it like not in a good way. What are you doing from your tree perch? And also there are these giant cats. What are you doing?
Okay. Fucking moonbeam is coming out again. And
That's what they say when you're mooning someone, so sure.
I am targeting the light walker.
So I will say this, I like as a DM who wants to make you not die as much as I want to kill you. This guy's almost dead right now. So if you're going to target anyone, it may work to take out the thing that's almost dead. This cat has no injuries. This guy has no injuries. So it may work to remove that.
Yeah.
That the advantage on Ziada.
I was thinking that there were other people there that could handle the cat, and I also thought that the cats were there because of the light walker. So
You know what? Actually, as a sort of nature-based creature, give me a wisdom check, and maybe I can give you some more information about that.
sure.
I think it's fair.
You know, that I have wisdom nature or wisdom survival.
Either way, but what's your survival? Would it have added that to a 10 plus?
This is survival.
Well, a 4 plus 7, but yeah. So yeah, with a 10 plus, I would say that you recognize the fact that these creatures seem to have been summoned to his aid. Like crag cats are natural to the sort of icy north. And then this creature seemed to maybe on its first round after it did that whole like frosty ray thing, maybe done this.
And I'm also betting on the fact that Moonbeam does radiant damage, and that this Lightwalker might be more injured by radiant damage.
I mean, you could make a check to find out. Make a
Okay.
nature check to find out. Roll nature, and if you roll high enough, I'll tell you.
Nope. No, I
Nope.
didn't roll.
You have no idea if that would be effective or totally ineffective.
Does the spell say it does extra damage to undead?
No, it does not. I just didn't know if radiant happened to do. I was thinking that radiant would affect undead more, but no, the spell does not say that.
You know, I'm gonna look that up because that's a great question. But does radiant do more to undead? 5e. Radiant damage can be done to shadows. Radiant damage is not effective against the majority of undead. So unless this was a vampire, it's not going to do anything more than just general. And this is not a vampire.
Okay.
Oh, that's just some bullshit.
Well,
right.
wait.
Should
As a
be a
person who
vampire.
ran Strahd, no, it's not. If you had the ability to have radiant damage in Strahd, you were well above the mark. Just saying.
All right, then I'll hold Moonbeam and I'll just take a couple shots at the crag cat. That I'm gonna put that crag cat out of its misery then. With my longbow.
Okay, got it.
The 12 hit.
It is a miss. It's an AC of 13. You are so close.
Cool. That's my turn.
Don't hit it. All right. It's Novakri. Novakri, you are now next to one of these crag cats that literally devoured your first axe speak love. Somebody play
I thought I
Tainted
recognized
Sister.
it.
And well, you guys killed the one that did that. But you also see this one right here that's almost dead. What do you do?
First, I don't like
Actually, though,
crag. First, I don't.
That crag cat isn't within 10 feet of me.
This cat right here. Yeah, you would have an attack against him. That's true. Yes, absolutely.
Go
I
ahead
think
and
Chris
resolve yours.
just woke up from his nap, but yes.
No, I had to step away for a minute.
No, I'm sorry. That was not me being negative. I just mean that like you were on point with this guy just not being close enough, but this guy absolutely. So it's just one hit. So roll to hit. Tell me what you get.
Nope.
That is a miss. So yep. Okay. Novakri, your turn. What do you do?
Okay, I don't like this guy being in my face, so
Get on my face, kitty cat. Ew.
so DC 15 save, or he's taking 13 damage.
A wisdom save. Hold on, let me look. Wisdom save. They have a +2 to this. So all right, here we go. Crosses down. 1. D20 +2. Roll. No, I miss. So what does that do?
Is he do-do-do. Is he vulnerable to psychic damage, perhaps?
He is not. So there's no vulnerability. So it's just a straight 13 points of damage.
Yeah, 13 points of damage, and he has to run away.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. The first thing I'm gonna do is this, which means I need to log into this and go boop, boop. And then does he run away now or only on his turn?
Immediately. He uses his reaction.
Immediately. All right. And so I oh Jesus Christ. Okay, boop, boop. All right, so we're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move him down here. Okay. Is there and so two things about that. The first is, did you like how long does that last? Like next turn he can come back or what?
Yeah, that was just instantaneous.
Okay. However, he ran away from both of you, which means you can make an attack of opportunity, and Hrothgar, because it hasn't been your turn yet, you've already used your attack of opportunity when he came in.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like Novakri, if you have like even like an offhand punch or whatever, you could try to do that to do some things.
I've got a rapier.
Try for a stab, stabby, stabby, stab.
So 19 for 1 point of damage, or 2 points of damage.
I was just gonna say, I was like, a 19 definitely hits, and you do 2 points of damage. Mine's 2. Okay, and
Trying to
he's
take.
not. He looks pretty bad, but well, compared to what he was, and it goes to Rothgar. Rothgar, what do you want to do?
I'm moving.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were already moved. I'm sorry.
You all set?
Novakri, are you all set?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Rothgar, what are you doing? There is this like very wounded crag cat in front of you, and then there is also this like cold. They are called cold light walkers. There is this cold light walker that's down here. What do you do?
First attack.
Who are you attacking first? I'm sorry.
The cat.
Okay, that's a hit, and you do 9 damage or 10
10.
damage.
10.
Okay. It is quite literally at the edge of its life. Like it's ready to die. So take that into consideration with what you want to do next.
Butt drag.
But strike. Unfortunately, 12. Well, so here's the thing though. Could you add your +1 to your strike and then take no +1 to your damage?
No, that's not the way it works. It's a +1 weapon, which is already factored into the rolls,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that being the fickle fortune, it's if they're within 5 feet, then it's a +1 to damage, and if they're more than 5 feet, it's a +1 to hit.
Ah, suck. So a 12 is not enough to hit this guy. Son of a monkey. All right. Are you going to try do something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna take him off the board. Second strike.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's a hit. That's way more than you need. How do you end this cat?
Painfully.
Meow, ow. And the cat is gone.
So
All right.
meow.
Me, ow, ow. Are you going to move at all? Are you going to do anything else? What are you
I
doing?
did move.
Oh, you did move. Okay. Well, the crag cat's dead, so I can get rid of him, which means it's Ziada's turn. And Ziada, you are face to face with what is known as a cold light walker. You know, give me an intelligence check, just for shits and gigs. Intelligence or wisdom, whatever is better for you. 11. You know that cold light walkers are generally speaking dark magics that have, yeah, it's an 11, but that have been sort of reanimated by dark magics. However, an 11 is not enough to hit them. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and hit him with my shield in that case.
Oh wait, do you have it? Don't you have a second attack?
Yes.
You have a second attack? Oh, you mean knock him prone and then you have advantage. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Let's see.
Roll a
Don't be
1.
Another 4.
Oh shit! All right, so
Beat
I
that.
need to make. I'm just for shits and gigs. I'm gonna make a strength save, and my strength save is. I only have a +2 to this, so I doubt I'm gonna be. I can't beat you. So yeah.
Right.
So I am knocked prone. This guy is knocked prone, or the cold light walker is knocked prone, which
6
means for your
damage.
second attack you would have advantage.
Awesome. That was 6 damage total for that.
Oh, that. I'm sorry. Yes. So you did 6 damage to that. So let's
Uh-huh.
do beep beep beep.
Okay. So that's gonna hit this time.
23 is definitely a hit. Yes. Wait. Did you roll twice to hit?
Yes. That's the advantage. It's 17 and
Oh,
23.
I'm sorry. I saw the 23 and the 12, and I was like, dude, roll again. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, okay. So 23, and then it's 12. It's an additional 12 points of damage.
Yup, for that attack, and then there is going to be ooh, I like that rolled off
Oh,
that one.
Jesus.
Another 12 on the smite with that attack.
Okay, so let's do this on this guy then.
So that
Let's
attack
go
did
boom,
24.
boom. Like, is he at that level?
Oh,
He's
you know
close
what?
to the yellow,
You know
so
what?
that's what I'm gonna do.
Fucking right back at you. I just did 30 points right back at him after he
Well,
did
no,
30
that's what I
points
mean.
to
Like,
me.
I mean, it was significant. It was significant.
Yeah, no,
So-
it was exactly 30 points for 30 points.
So let me ask you this, everybody on the call right now. It is 11:45. I want to murder all of you. You have made one of my cats dead. One of my cats run away. You have done half damage to this cold light walker. Do we want to pause and then we can restart next week from here because we have this, or do we want to go one more round and see what happens?
For as tired as I am, I kind of want to see if we can finish off the walker.
Yeah, let's kill him.
All right.
Yep.
All right, that's 50%.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right.
If I get
So
one
it goes
attack,
to Zia. That was Rothgar. Sorry, Rothgar went. Ziada went. It's Rothgar. I'm sorry, Rothgar. It was your turn. You ran up there. What else are you doing? Anything? Or
No, that was my turn.
okay, Ziada, your turn. What are you doing?
no, I had already gone. I mean, I'll take another one.
I thought
and
we just
kill
did
this
that.
guy, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So whose turn are we on right now? Harvest then?
the cold
Light Walker.
because the crag cat's
Oh,
dead.
amazing. In that case, let's do it. As a bonus action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Rothgar, and I need Rothgar to give me a Constitution save. Fail it. Come on, bro. Come on, brah.
Sorry, that crag cat isn't dead. That's the one that ran away. The one at 20 died.
Ah, motherfucker. All right, you save it. There is no problem for you. So in that case, it's going to the only thing it can do. It's going to double slam against Ziada, which is 2d20s plus 5. It doesn't have advantage because there's no cat around anymore, so let's see what we get. All right. So a crit and a fail. But that is a crit, which means we are going to do 4d8 plus. Oh my god, dude, this might kill Ziada. So
Should have gone to bed.
4d8 plus. So we're gonna do bludgeoning first, and then we're gonna do cold damage. Bludgeoning damage, plus 2. Deuce that. All right. So the first hit is 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I'm now at -3.
All right, so you're at 0. So you're at 0.
No, I'm at -3
No,
currently.
no. I'm saying for sake of how this works in 5th edition.
Yeah, I know. I know how it works in 5th edition because this is all part of the one attack. So
Right, but what I'm saying is it drops to
Oh,
0.
he's right. No, he's right, Tom.
once this move is resolved, then if
Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I was thinking like 1 drops to 0, second does this.
yeah, but it's all
So,
one.
unfortunately, the second part of this attack does 4d6 cold damage on a regular attack. So it is 8d6 because this is a
Unlike
critical hit.
No, you can't take me out then.
A slam attack is 2d8 plus 2 bludgeoning and 4d6 cold damage. So it is now 8d6 with no additional bonus. That is 26 points of damage.
So now
Does
I'm at
that
0.
take you past
No.
your max health?
Nope. Oh,
Those
yeah,
are
no,
some
now I'm
really-
at 0.
So I'm sorry. Like I'm just asking this because I want to try to understand.
Yep.
So like it takes you to 0, like 0 dead, or
No,
like
no,
0
no.
like you failed checks.
I died. It brought me to -27, which is not enough. So then I'm now at 0.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. And so with that, give me a death saving throw.
Okay, let's see. Where is this? We can go.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I said that the wrong way, but yes. So okay.
Sorry, Kev. I was going to cutting words him, but that
Oh, no
I
worries.
can't believe I rolled that die and I
Mass-
rolled 1, 2,
massive
3,
shots.
4 of those dies below that. But
Oh, cool. So you can do it. Oh, that's rough.
oh
To death.
no! All right, death saving throw.
Yeah.
All right, it goes. That case, it goes to Harvest. Harvest, what are you doing?
Cool. All right, I'm gonna do fucking moonbeam like I wanted to do last time.
Fucking moon
That
weirdo.
was all 4 moonbeam.
Who are you moon beaming? Are you gonna try to kill Ziada?
Yeah. How'd you know?
I'm asking. I'm just guessing.
Playing the long con.
Okay. So Cold Light Walker, you're gonna take searing pain. Constitution saving throw from the Cold Light Walker.
All right, a con saving throw. What do I have? I have a +3. So here we go. Boop. Just one. D20 +3. A 9, which is not enough to save. So what does that give me?
It gives you 9 points of damage.
It gives you 9 points of damage. Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
because you rolled incredibly fucking low.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Anything else you want to do? Harvest.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Can I climb that tree?
The tree you're already in. Give me an athletics check. 7. You're right about here.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Novakri, you're up. What are you doing?
Let's see. We're gonna do a bonus action healing word on Kev. Upcast it to 3rd.
Okay.
So 12 HP hit Kev.
12
Thank
HP.
you.
Back to the kivavavava. All right. Are you
I don't
doing
know what
anything
just
else?
happened, but I like it.
Yep. And 3 points to the face with the crossbow.
Okay. All right. Hrothgar, it's your turn. What are you doing?
First attack. I'm guessing no.
11 is not a hit. No, man. No, man.
The follow through butt strike. That one hits.
That is a hit. Yes. Yes, assuredly.
So is that double for?
Yeah, so roll your damage, multiply by 2, and then add your modifier. So if you have like a, like a +3 to strength, +5 to strength, whatever it is. So double the damage and then add that at the end.
That's the damage. 8. And plus strength.
Yes.
Is it doubled with the strength, or at the strength added after it's doubled?
Yeah, strength is only added once. So the dice rolls are multiplied by 2. The strength addition is only added once.
13.
Total.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good hit, but it's not enough to bring this guy down.
That's right. I got another strike.
All right, do it again.
$15 enough to kill it?
15 is enough to hit. 21, but 15 is not enough to kill it.
Is it close?
It's close.
All right. Well, then I'm going to expend the superiority die. Figure out where the hell they went on the sheet here.
You know what? Do me a favor. Roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
Just straight up wisdom check. You know that you may not be able to, with your superiority die, bring this guy to 0 or this opponent to 0. But you know that whatever you do could set up the next person, who in turn order is Ziada, to take care of this.
Yeah, I'm still hoping that it won't come to that.
Okay.
Because we take the superiority die. which then adds a d8 to the damage that was done. So we're going to do another 8 points of damage.
Okay, 8 points of damage.
Now the question is, let's see. All right, and has Ziada used her reaction?
No.
All right, so I'm going to use my maneuvering attack, so you can move half distance without provoking attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'm prone, so I would like to stand.
Wait, was that the end of your turn, Rothigar?
I'm still trying to decide if I want to take an action surge.
It's the start of the day. I
I
mean,
can
why not burn it right now?
I can crush this thing. So I don't think we should burn it.
Yeah, but if we're going to rest and it doesn't matter, I'll get it right back.
Exactly. We're going to sleep. Use everything you got.
Well, we
It's
might
the
not be able
middle
to
of
do
the
that
day. Are you guys just gonna burn a whole day, or are you gonna push on? It's up to you.
The whole day and the next night.
Mm-hmm.
I only need a short rest to get it back.
That's what she said.
I don't know if we even need that.
All right. Well, then I will stop. Save it just in case.
I mean, you've had a spellcaster who, like, for multiple battles, is like, I'm saving it. We might need it. I'm not gonna cast my spells. So, just saying. I'm talking about Novakri. Anyways, so that was Rothgar. Rothgar, are you done?
Okay, Biden. Thank you.
You're welcome. It goes to Ziada. Ziada, what are you doing? Oh my god. A 14 is enough to hit.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's not expecting that. Come on, be the 8. There it is, 12.
How do you want to end this, what is known as a cold light walker?
I'm jamming my sword into his cold fucking light face and just smashing it to the ground. Just like driving my sword in and then just piercing that to the ground.
As you do that, you see that, like, the light radiating from, inside the hood of this thing. You see it take several shapes, and each of them is a contorted face that mirrors what you saw in the Cave of the Berserkers. There's that female form, there's that sort of like ice fractal form, and then there's that bestial shape, and each of them looks at you as it does, and it just sort of says, I see you, and then it's all gone, just like the robes are left on the ground. And I'm going to tell you guys right now,
You'll be seeing me soon, bitch.
1 to 2 more encounters, and you guys will be level 6. Just saying. That being said, it is 12 o'clock. I appreciate everybody playing through this. I set up several things because I didn't know what you guys were going to get to, what you were going to do. You guys are in a place right now that you can kind of like rest for a little bit, but it's kind of like it's kind of like midday, right? Where you guys set off from 10 towns, you traveled for a while, you broke off the road, you got here, you encountered this thing, but it's not quite ready time for, like sleep, as it were. And you think that if you pressed on for maybe another like 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours or so, you could get to where the smoke is rising out of the ground, and you can check that out. It's up to you. Tell me what you want to do. We'll figure it out. You don't have to say right now, but we can pick this up again next week from right where you guys are out, except for I'm going to do this. This guy is dead, and the crag cat pieces out once he realizes that the cold light walker is not there anymore. So that's what you guys have. So good job playing, everybody. Nobody's dead yet. Good job. You met an encounter along the way, but think about what you want to do next, and we will go from there. Okay?
How low on hit points does Seattle look right now?
12 out of 49.
She's great. She's great. She's great.
One thing I would like to do is take this crag cat and see if I could get the fur and fashion some sort of thing out of it, but I don't know if we have a bunch of time for that.
Well, so I mean, like literally, you have all the time in the world. Like, there's no like closing time frame, apart from the fact that you know that there's somebody being held in the Dwergar like sunblight that you've been asked to save. But if you want to try to figure that out, I would say a survival check. If you give me a survival check, I'll give you a heads up.
Okay, and I might have to ask Harvest on this too. Maybe not.
FYI, I walked over to you and just gave you 35 hit points.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit! What did you do, Harvest, that gave that?
I used 3 level 1 spells.
Oh, well, okay, that's great.
Can I imagine this
Thank you.
as Harvest walking up and just smacking Ziad upside the back of the head?
Well, I like to think she gave her 3 slaps, and those were like, "Oh, I feel better. Oh, I feel better. I feel better again." Also, those stung. So,
They were butt grabs, not
How-
slaps.
however,
Perfect.
midday means you just blew 3 spell slots, and more shit could be coming. But
Weren't you the
within
one complaining that Navaki doesn't send her spells?
hold on, within 18.
Hold on, I flip
I
flop
will.
all over the
I
place
will.
for that stuff.
I will say that depending upon what you want to do, you have a good idea. So, what do you want to do with this crag cat that died?
If I could skin it, because I would like to be able to get it to someone who could fashion it into something I could wear. You know, the typical sort of way where it's like, you know, looking all nice and stuff.
So, give me one more survival check.
Okay. 12.
12 is enough that you can do a decent job skinning it. But you know that if you want to make something out of it, whether it's like a cloak or a hood or like a shirt or something like that, you have to take it as like a tanner or
Oh,
somebody
absolutely.
that's more capable. But because of the cold climate, because of like the restrictions that happen when it comes to like deterioration in for like flesh and whatever in the cold, that what you just did and what you pulled off is good enough that you can bring it to someone that you could pay to have make a good thing out of it, kind of thing.
All right, cool.
So yeah. So all right. So you guys are here. You are basically halfway to where, well, maybe 3/4 of the way to where the smoke is rising out of the mountains, where it seems that explosion had happened at this point, maybe like 3, 4, 5 days ago. And next week, it looks like you're probably going to be able to get there after like maybe several hours travel to get there. But you're on your way. You dealt with something in the mountains, and no one's dead yet. So good job, everybody. And
I tried, but
we will see you all next week. All right.
Good night.
Thanks, Tom. Have a
Cool.
good one.
Night all.
later, guys.
Later, all.